Could they finally possibly have made a good video game adaptation? So yeah, I just got to see in Tomb Raider, the latest video game adaptation based around, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. I mean, they made 2 films, obviously, in the early 2000s with Angelina Jolie, but they have nothing to do with this whatsoever. But yeah, going into this, I was cautiously optimistic, just due to the fact that, I like some of the stuff I saw in the trailers, but video game adaptations, they just really don't usually work out. So you can see why I was kind of cautiously optimistic. But I have to say, guys, surprisingly, I thought the film was actually pretty good. It was pretty solid overall. I think it's more based around the, more recent Lara Croft Tomb Raider games. And to be honest, I haven't really played all of them, so I can't really comment on the aspect of bringing those games to life. But I really enjoyed this film. Now, it's not a great film, but it's a pretty good film, and I'll get into the negatives later. But starting with positives, I'm a pretty big Alicia Vikander fan. I really liked her in Ex Machina, Danish Girl, even in Jason Bourne, kind of. But she really knocks it out of the park in this film as Lara Croft. Not only is Lara Croft charming and charismatic in this film, but she's also a complete badass, like she should be. And I don't know if you know this, but Alicia Vikander got, really jacked for this role, put on a lot of muscle, just so she can do all the crazy action scenes, the choreography, stunts, and all this. And all of her hard work really paid off in this, because some of the crazy stuff she does in this film is just awesome to watch, if you're a fan of action. Which leads me to my next point. All the action scenes in this film are actually pretty well shot, because, nowadays with action scenes, you never know, because, there's so much shaky cam involved in most action in this day and age, so you kind of don't know what the hell's going on. But in this film, you actually do know what's going on, probably 99% of the time. And it's actually, really exciting action scenes that are really well choreographed. Some of the action and the crazy stunts that Alicia Vikander does in this feels like it's literally ripped right out of a video game and put perfectly onto the screen, which I think was really cool. And since this is similar in concept to the Uncharted games, which I know they're going to make a live-action film of that too, I hope that they actually make the Uncharted movie like this film, because they are very similar in a lot of aspects. The only difference is I think there should be a lot more humor in Uncharted, just because, Nathan Drake and all that. But for this film, it perfectly worked for Lara Croft's character to have this action-packed, crazy kind of journey with all this, crazy stuff going on. Even if we're not comparing it to the video games, though, if you just go in without any knowledge of the video games, and you just go in expecting some female-led, awesome action flick, I think you're still going to really enjoy this film regardless if you know that it's based off of a video game or not. It's not one of those movies that, Lara Croft and Tomb Raider is very, very popular, very famous franchise, but you don't have to know a lot about it to actually enjoy this film. Now, I do have to delve into some negatives. I really like Walton Goggins as an actor. I've always really enjoyed his work, and he's kind of the main antagonist of the film, and I liked him, but he doesn't really get much to do, and I feel like that's really disappointing. He's set up pretty well, but he's not really given much depth. You don't really get to explore any of his backstory, of his motivations for why he's doing what he's doing. He's just bad because he has to be, I guess. Also, Daniel Wu's character in this, who's kind of like Lara Croft's sidekick for most of the film, he kind of just completely disappears for the last third of the movie because I'm not going to go into spoilers, but he disappears for the last third of the movie. But yeah, that was a little weird to me how he's in it. He's featured in most of this film, and then he just disappears for the last third act. And this was more of a nitpick than anything else. I thought it was just a little bit too long. It's a little under 2 hours. It's an hour 58 minutes. And I feel like they could have just shaved off, some parts of certain scenes, and it would have worked a lot better. Because the pace, for most part in the film, is actually fine. It's actually really good. But there are parts where it kind of just comes to a slow draw out of nowhere. And, you kind of want to okay, can we get back to the action? Because it was pretty cool, and then it just comes to a standstill. Then it goes back to the action, and they have long, drawn-out scenes. But that's just me, because I still really enjoyed the film. It's just, I feel like that could have been worked on. Because, I don't think it needed to be almost 2 hours long. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that not only did this video game adaptation not suck, but it was actually an enjoyable experience. Alicia Vikander just hit this out of the park, being Lara Croft, and they do leave it open for a sequel. I don't know if they will make a sequel. It depends on the box office, obviously. But if they do, I am definitely on board with another Lara Croft sequel. Because, they made a sequel to the other one with Angelina Jolie, and I wasn't, particularly too big of a fan of either one of those. So why not make a sequel for this one? It set it up pretty well. So to move on to my score for the film, I'd have to give Tomb Raider a B+. Definitely make sure you check out this film when it comes out. If you're a fan of Tomb Raider, you're going to like it. Even if you don't like Tomb Raider, but you like action films, I'm pretty sure you'll like it. So definitely make sure you check this out when it comes out. But yeah, thanks for checking out my review of Tomb Raider. Feel free to leave your comments, what you thought about the film when it comes out. Also, feel free to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.